Hello, viewer. How are you doing? Welcome to Full Record Jacket with Phil and Ben. Actually, he's over that way, isn't he?
Am I?
Yeah, you're right. It's very
You're
confusing.
over that way for me.
Mirror image, so you have to kind of point the wrong way.
Oh, so you're that way.
You have to remember you're on the right of the screen. I'm on your right.
Left.
I'm
You're
on
on my
your
left when I look
eh,
at you.
yeah. Well, when I am on the screen, you are on my left, and I'm on the left-hand side of the viewer's screen. So I have to point in that direction. To point it,
Ah.
yeah, you're there. I can see you. Yeah,
Ah.
yeah.
Hi.
So it's confusing, but welcome to Full Record Jacket with Phil and Ben, in which Ben has bagged a jacket full of records. Have
Only
you?
one record this week, Phil.
Okay.
And I think I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago that I'd listened to the album because I'd rediscovered. I'll get it for. I won't beat around the bushes. It is the 2020 album or 2021 album by.
Is that Badly Drawn
It
Boy?
is Badly Drawn Boy, but Banana Skin Shoes. I think I said to you I rediscovered Badly Drawn Boy the other week through two things. One, I saw an interview with him on YouTube, and he was talking about this album, and I was like, oh, I must listen to some Badly Drawn Boy. And then Silent Sigh from the About a Boy soundtrack came up in my random playlist. I was like, yes, I really must listen to Badly Drawn Boy. And then over there, where behind this computer thing, I've got a lot of records over there, and one of them is the Badly Drawn Boy album. So I listened to that while I was out walking the other day, and I've found a whole new love for Badly Drawn Boy, and especially this album. I've only listened to it once, so I can't get. I'm not very good
Yeah.
at going in depth because I just don't retain knowledge like that. But this album is really, really good. It's one of the best albums I've listened to in a long time. So much so I recommended it to Chris Harper from the Big Sugars, and it makes me. I'm going to have a week this week, as well as listen to some remaining albums from 1995. I will be catching up a little bit with Badly Drawn Boy, especially this album here. So, the Hour of the Bewilder Beast. Have you ever listened to that one, Phil?
No, I know that was quite highly acclaimed, but I've never actually listened to any of his albums.
That's a really good album. To be fair, I think he's very underrated as a. I think he's just very underrated as far as musical talent goes. Now I know he's had his issue. He didn't release any new music for about, God, must have been pushing 10 years because he was having issues. In the interview I was listening to, he said he had issues regarding alcohol. He found that he was drinking every day because he was on tour and all this sort of stuff, and he's had to deal with that and mental health issues, which didn't make him want to record music. But I'm happy that he is, and I need to go and discover. I haven't got time in my life to discover more stuff, but I fully recommend, Philster, that when you get a moment,
check out Badly Drawn Boy.
Yeah. Banana Skin Shoes. It is a really good album. Really good. I can't recommend it highly enough. And that's the only thing I've bought this week. I've literally done one album because I've been good.
Well, I'm very impressed.
Thank you. Oh no, I have bought a second one, but it's not turned up yet. I bought the Paul Weller '66 album. I did buy that. It's not here. So technically I've bought two, but I've only got one. So we're going with that. Yes.
Is that a brand new one from Paul Weller?
Yes, because you know why it's called 66?
Is this a football reference by any chance?
No, it's because he's 66.
Is he? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. And I know we were discussing Paul Weller the other week, and we both said that we should listen to more Weller. And it is a very good. The 66 album, I think there's tracks on there because he's co-written a lot of tracks with Noel Gallagher does one, Jumble Queen, Suggs from Madness. He's done a couple with him, and there's a few other collaborators that he's done tracks with. I think the trouble with Paul Weller is because he's so consistent, and there's not massive standouts, and there's not massive disappointments.
He hasn't had to
It's
do comebacks either, has he? He's sort of,
no. It's almost because
carried on.
it's because everything's sort of a standard. It's almost sort of like you don't. I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? How people react to certain.
He hasn't had a career where he's every now and again had a big hit song in his solo career.
No,
apart from maybe in the mid-90s, he had some songs
like Changing Man and Peacock Suit and that sort of stuff.
You Do Something to Me. They were played on the radio a bit, weren't they? But he hasn't. I can't remember that there've been any since then that have become favourites of radio or that you hear anymore.
No. I wouldn't. I mean, obviously, with stations like Absolute and Radio X, etc., I would say he probably gets more airplay now than he did back in like the sort of noughties and stuff like that. So, but like I say, because he's not, I mean, obviously he did struggle after the Style Council to get a record deal before his debut, his first solo album came out. Nobody really wanted to pick him up, but if you even go through those Style Council albums, there's not a stinker. He's never done a stinker album, which you could. So there's always this sort of. I always think because of everything's at a certain plateau, it kind of gets ignored. There's not, like you said, there's not that massive sort of, I suppose it's a bit like the Charlatans. The Charlatans went through the 90s like that. And then they had that period at the beginning of the noughties. I think it was the Wonderland album, where all of a sudden, I think it was Feeder, Charlatans and Ash just seemed to become really big all of a sudden. And then they kind of went away and didn't really sort of... And Weller's never had that massive peak, if you know what I mean. If that makes any sense. He's not the fact he's not been high. He's always been of a high standard, but it's always been a consistently high standard.
Yeah, and he just hasn't had those albums that have really become super well known in the mainstream. He hasn't had a sort of a hit album that's really stood out. Not to say that any of the albums are bad; they're probably all good, but it's just there hasn't been one that the public have latched onto and bought in big numbers.
No, because you look back at was it Heavy Soul and what was the one before Heavy Soul?
Stanley Road
and stuff like that. They were probably the two albums that you say would have been his bigger commercial ones, but things like is it Studio 51? And Sonic Kicks and all these sort of albums that he's done.
Yeah.
Like I say, he is literally now. I said I would never mention football again, but there's a left back who plays for Coventry, Jake Bidwell. Every game he's a 7 or 8 out of 10. He's just consistent. So therefore he gets overlooked.
Sorry, but you were saying, Paul Weller.
What I'm saying is Paul Weller is the Jake Bidwell of music. So, okay. But back to Badly Drawn Boy. Go listen to Badly Drawn Boy. Go listen to Paul Weller's new album. They're both very, very good.
Don't let the fact that he's badly drawn put you off.
No.
The songs are well constructed.
They are well constructed, yeah. And he wears a hat. What more can you ask for?
What more could you ask?
Yeah.
I recommend that, wearing a hat, particularly in colder climes, but at the moment, not so essential.
No.
Thanks for watching, viewer. All the best. We'll catch you soon.